So hello students. So today we are going to learn about quadratic equations. Already we have started this chapter, that is quadratic equations. Today we are going to learn part 2 of this chapter. In this part we are going to learn finding solution of a quadratic equation by factorization method. Okay, now we know that a quadratic equation, by the name itself, okay, it suggests that it is an equation in which the degree of the variable will be 2. Okay, so for our convenience, consider that if the degree is 2, then we can have number of solutions that will be equals to 2. Okay, so let us start this. So now we are having first example as find the roots of the equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0 by factorization. Okay, so solution given 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, now what we have to do, we have to find this one by factorization method, that is we will find it by splitting this middle term. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to find two numbers. So in this way we will split it. Okay, the middle number, that is this one coefficient of x, that is minus 5, that we will write here minus 5. Okay, and here we will write the multiplication of coefficient of x square and the constant term. So plus 2 into plus 3 is plus 6. Okay, now it is decided that we have to find two numbers whose addition is minus 5 and whose multiplication is plus 6. Okay, so I am writing here in a different the addition of two numbers must be minus 5 and its multiplication must be plus 6. Okay, now what are the two numbers? Before writing that numbers, let us write the signs. Okay, here it is given minus sign, it means that the greater number should have minus sign. Okay, then now this minus into what will give you plus? Okay, so that is minus into minus will give you plus. So now our signs are adjusted. Now what we have to do, we have to just adjust the number. So find the possible factors of 6, which by adding we get 5. Okay, so the possible factors of 6 are 2 and 3. 2 3s are 6. So let us write here minus 2 minus 3. Okay, now verify it. When we add these two numbers, so what we get? Minus 5, and when we multiply these two numbers, what we get? Plus 6. Okay, so now we are having the factors. So now we are going to split this middle term. Now instead of minus 5x, what we will write? We will write there minus 2 and minus 3. Okay, so what you will get, therefore 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, now we are going to find common between these two and these two. Okay, so now what is common between these two? So both of them are having 2x as a common, so we will remove it outside. So when you are keeping 2x outside, now this 2x, okay, into what will give you 2x square. Okay, so here you will get x. Okay, so 2x into x, x square. Now we have to adjust the signs. So plus into what will give you minus, so we have to write here minus. Now here 2x was there already, we have removed it outside. So 2x into what will give you again 2x, so that is 1. Now we have removed the first common. Now remember that if you are sure that the first common factors you have written properly, the second will also be same. Okay, so how to find it? So now here we have minus 3x plus 3. So do we have any common number between them or a variable? Yes, both in both the terms 3 is present. Okay, now since here minus is written, so we will write a minus 3 out of the bracket. Okay, now minus into what will give you minus? Okay, so that will be plus, so no need of writing here plus. Now 3 into what will give you 3x? So that is 3x. Now confirm it, minus 3 into x minus 3x. Okay, now minus into what will give you plus? So minus into minus will give you plus, and 3 into what will give you 3? So 3 into 1 will give you 3. Again confirm it, minus into minus plus, 3 ones are 3. Okay, so now we have split it the middle term, or we have factorized it. Okay, equals to 0. Now it can be seen that this is our first term, this is our second term. In both the term we can see that x minus 1 is present, so we can remove it common. Now from the first term, if we remove x minus 1 common, I am removing it outside. So if from here we are removing this x minus 1, so what will remain over here? So that will be 2x. Okay, and from here if we remove x minus 1, what will remain here? That is minus 3 equals to 0. Now since these both are factors, okay, so each of them will be equals to 0, so we can write here, therefore x minus 1 equals to 0 and 2x minus 3 equals to 0. Therefore now what we have to do, we have to solve it. We have to keep the variable on one side and remaining all the numbers on the other side. So if the minus 1, if you are changing its side, it will become plus 1. So what you will get, x equals to 1 and, sorry, here you can write not and, we have to write here or. Now here what we are going to do, let us change the side of this minus 3. So what you will get, 2x equals to 3. Then now we don't want this 2 with x. If you are changing its side, here it is multiplying, here it will divide. So what you will get, x equals to 3 upon 2. Okay, so therefore x equals to 1 or x equals to 3 upon 2, these both are solutions of the given equation. In other words, we can say that they are roots of the given equation. So we can write final answer, therefore x equals to 1 and 3 upon 2 are roots of given equation. Okay, now let us consider another example. Now for this example, I will just split the middle term. You people have to solve this example. Now for splitting this middle term, I am copying this one here. Okay, so now what we have to do, here the middle term is minus 1, that is minus x, so coefficient of x is minus 1. Now we have to find two numbers whose, okay, let us write it here. Okay, now we have to find two numbers whose sum is minus 1 and product is plus into minus, minus 6 2s are 12, so minus 12. Now remember what we are doing, it's addition. Here addition and here it should be multiplication. Okay, no need of writing this one, this I have written just for your understanding. Okay, but this factors it is better to write here. Okay, now we have to find two numbers whose sum is okay. Before writing the sum and multiplication, let us adjust the signs. Okay, now here it is minus sign, it means that the greater number should have minus sign. Now minus into what will give you minus? So we know that opposite signs is equal to minus, so minus into plus will give you minus. So signs are adjusted. Yes, now we have to find factors of 12 such that if you add the number you will get minus 1. So the possible factors are 4 and 3. Okay, so I'm writing here minus 3 plus, sorry, it should be minus 4 plus 3. Okay, now verify it. If we add these two you get minus 1. If we multiply these two you will get minus 12. Okay, now solution given 6x square minus x minus 2 equals to 0. Now what we have to do, it depends on us which number you want to take first. You can either write minus 4 or you can write plus 3 also. For example, I am writing here 6x square plus 3x minus 4x minus 2 equals to 0. So changing the sequence of these two won't create any difference over here. Now what will be our next step? We'll find common between these two and these two and so on. So you people have to solve it further. Okay, let me find common for you. So first we have to find what number is common here. So both the number are factors of 3, so we have to write 3 out of the bracket, and in this variable the one which is having lower power. Okay, now here it is x square, here it is x, so we have to remove this x out of the bracket. Now 3 how much are 6? So 3 2s are 6, and x into what will give you x square? So x into x will give you x square. Now already we have removed its 3x outside, so 3x, now confirm it, 3x into 1 will give you 3x. Now here in this second condition, here it is minus 4x minus 2, so both this number are factors of 2 or coming in 2 table we can say. So what will remove common? Minus is there, so first we write here minus and 2. Okay, now minus into what will give you minus? So plus, so no need of writing that plus. Now 2 how much are 4? So 2 2s are 4. Okay, now keep this x as it is. Now minus into what will give you minus? So minus into plus will give you minus, and 2 into what will give you 2? So 2 1s are 2 equals to 0. Before proceeding, be sure that you should have these numbers same, then only we can remove it common further. So remaining you people have to solve. Okay, now let us look at next example. Now here it is given that find the roots of the equation 3x square minus 2 root x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, now this is a little bit different type of examples, so let us try to solve it. Solution given 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2 equals to 0. Now whenever we are having such type of root examples, it is better to split it directly. How to split it? So 2 root x means root 6x, it can be written as root 6x plus root 6x. Okay, so that we are going to use over here. So what you will get? 3x square. Now since here it is a minus, so here we will write minus, and here also it will be minus. Okay, so now minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2 equals to 0. Therefore Now what is our next step? We are trying to find common between these two and these two. But now here a complication is that here we have root 6, here we have 3. So how to remove common? So we will write factors of this root 6. Now what are the possible factors of this root 6? Okay, I am writing in a different color. So now root 6 can be written as root 3 into root 2. Okay, so this we are going to write in place of root 6, and at the same time now this 3 how to write it, okay, or this 2 how to write it. So we know that this 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. Okay, so root 3 into root 3 will give you 3. Similarly this 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So by using these things we are going to solve this exam. Okay, so now what will be our next step? Instead of this 3x square we will write it as root 3 into root 3 x square. So we have root 3 into root 3 x square minus, instead of this root 6x we are going to write a root 3 into root 2, root 3 into root 2 x. Now here place is not there, so I am continuing it here. Now minus, now again instead of this root 6 what I will write, root 3 into root 2 plus, now instead of this 2 we can write it as root 2 into root 2 equals to 0. Okay, now in the next step what we are going to do, let us find common between this one and this one separately. Now here what is common? So I am highlighting it. It can be seen that here root 3 is present, here also root 3 is present, here x is present, and here also x is present. Okay, and here root 2 is present, and here also root 2 is present. Okay, so these are the common terms. So let us remove it one by one. Now here root 3 is common, so we will remove it out of the bracket. So what you will get, therefore root 3, at the same time x is present, so one with the lowest power we will remove it outside. Now what is remaining over here? So only root 3 and x minus, here if we are removing this one and this one, so the remainder is root 2. Okay, now here root 2 and root 2 are common and minus sign is written here, so first we will write this minus sign and then we will remove this root 2. So this root 2 I have removed. Now when you are removing this root 2, these both are factors, I have removed this root 2, so what is remaining over here? Root 3 x, so that we will write here root 3 x, and here root 2 is removed, so what is remaining here? Root 2. But now here I have to adjust the sign, so minus into what will give you plus, so minus into minus will give you plus. Now in front of us there are how many terms? So this is our first term, this is our second term, and in this both the terms this root 3x, this root 3x minus 2 and root 3x minus 2 are common. Okay, they are repeating itself, so that we will write out of the bracket. So in next step what you will get, root 3x minus root 2, and in another bracket. Now from here if we are removing this one, so what is remaining? So again we have root 3x, and from here if we are removing this one we have minus root 2 equals to 0. Now since these both are factors, so each one of them we can write it as equals to 0. Root 3x minus root 2 equals to 0, or root 3x minus root 2 equals to 0. This one also equals to 0 and this one also equals to 0. Next step you will get root 3x equals to root 2 or root 3x equals to root 2. Therefore x equals to root 2 upon root 3 or x equals to root 2 upon root 3, that is x is equal to, now both of them are having same root, so we can write it as under root 2 upon 3 or x equals to under root 2 upon 3. So these are solution of the given equation. So in this way we have completed our first method, that is finding the solution of a quadratic equation by factorization method. Okay, so this much is enough for today. Thank you. Have